Welcome back, everyone, to another second stimulus package and second stimulus check update. Today is Sunday, December 6th, and boy, oh boy, arguably, we are more optimistic, more bullish, more confident in stimulus coming potentially this coming week than ever before. You heard that correctly. Prospects for a new stimulus package to be passed this week is looking extremely rosy. Optimism is mounting, and this is just a couple weeks before Congress adjourns for the holiday season. Then we see them again after the new year. In this video, what I want to do is discuss the newest word from some top lawmakers, some of the highest lawmakers in the nation, and what they're feeling and their confidence in new stimulus. Before we get into the newest discussions and talks, I am also quite optimistic about you going ahead and smashing that like button. If you have been enjoying my content, you have been getting value, go ahead, and all I would ask in return is just hit that like button for me. Just help with that YouTube algorithm so it does support me and my channel, and it's totally free to do so. And if you're not subscribed yet, we've had even more subscribers just in the last 24 hours, less than 24 hours really. And if you're not subscribed yet, do consider it. Big red button is down there. It is waiting for you along with that notification bell. Go ahead and click both of those and we can dive right in to the newest discussions. Today, Sunday, we learned that a bipartisan group of senators appeared optimistic that some top lawmakers would put forth yet another piece of stimulus legislation. Stimulus could ultimately be inevitable at this point because now we have learned that the $908 billion proposal is going to be released, and it could come in just the next day or two. We learned that it could come as early as this week. In fact, Democratic Senator Mark Warner of Virginia, who is part of the bipartisan group who recently proposed the $908 billion package, said on CNN's Jake Tapper on State of the Union that they are close to an agreement and that it could come as early as Monday, which is tomorrow. It might already be Monday when you're watching this update. Today, he said, quote, "I think we have got the top line numbers done. We are working right now on language so that we can have, as early as tomorrow, a piece of legislation." This is groundbreaking, and I do hope that this is the last compromise that we have to make before lawmakers can finally reach an agreement. Hopefully, this is the bill that is the final nail in the coffin. This package is going to ultimately be the $908 billion proposal that we have learned of recently, and we will see the final details being hashed out in this proposal. This is going to be a final bill that we will have in our hands. Warner did say that it is going to be a 4-month piece of relief, and it does remain unclear, though, whether or not Democrats and Republicans will ultimately vote on this bill. This is because Republicans and Democratic leadership right now are negotiating a separate piece of stimulus legislation that would ultimately include some elements of the $908 billion package, but this one is going to be a massive spending bill that would include enough funding to keep the government open. As far as this specific stimulus package and what we could expect inside, Warner did clarify about the elements. He had said, quote, that this stimulus legislation will give targeted relief to the unemployed, for people in food insecurity, rental assistance, small businesses that have run out of their Paycheck Protection Program funds, and additional funds to those minority businesses that have been extraordinarily hit hard. He wanted to say, quote, "We put additional assistance in finally for broadband, which we all know is an academic necessity, and additional dollars around the vaccine distribution, assistance for hospitals." Warner was super cheerful about this package, even though that Republicans nor Democrats are getting everything that they would like in the bill. He had actually told Tapper that he's pretty high assurance that there will be enough votes to support passage of this measure. Republican Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana also weighed in on Sunday on a timeline for legislation. He told Fox News that its final language will, quote, "probably come out earlier this week. Senator Joe Manchin explained Sunday that the group of lawmakers came together after the election to figure out a path forward on the package and stressed that a deal should come forward this week. He had said, "Well, it's a deal that must come together. We don't have a choice now. It's one of those things that has to be done." And he is, in fact, a West Virginia Democrat, and he told this to NBC. Government funding runs out on December 11th, and Senator Mitch McConnell has now made it clear that he would, in fact, like to see a brand new proposal this Monday. A proposal is inevitable because we need enough funding to keep the government open. Both parties want to see the government remain open. We don't want another government shutdown just on the heels of the holidays. Now, we are aware that multiple issues still divide the two parties. However, we have become aware that according to sources, the two biggest factors that remain unresolved are going to be liability protection for businesses, which Republicans are fighting so hard for, and funding to state and local governments, which is a top priority of the Democrats. According to CNN, members of Congress are working around the clock and have broken into teams to hammer out specific sections of the bill in an attempt to rush this legislation and get a final draft. Now, from earlier information that we have covered on this channel prior in past videos, if you haven't seen those updates yet, the links will be down below in the description. We were aware that so far, what's definitely going to be included in this proposal is a $300 a week unemployment benefit supplement at the federal level. We know there is going to be a continued pause on student loan payments. The Department of Education just paused student loan payments and the interest on those payments until well into January, at the end of January. We also know it's going to include an eviction moratorium, another round of the PPP. It's going to have $16 billion for vaccine development and distribution, as well as coronavirus testing and tracing. And we're also going to be seeing other relief measures, and this proposal is right around the corner. We're going to have it finally in our hands, and we can take a look at it further. So tomorrow is going to be potentially a big momentous day for stimulus. Could very well be a turning point in these negotiations. If you did enjoy this video, if you did enjoy this brief update on stimulus, go ahead and hit that like button for me. I would greatly appreciate that. And right around the corner, updates are coming. You're not going to miss a beat. Hit that subscribe button, hit the big red button. Also hit the notification bell as well. I do look forward to seeing you in the next video. Let's cross our fingers. Good luck to everyone. Let's see what happens. See you in the next one.